Welcome. Today I'd like to talk about humidifiers and why you should have one and what you need to know about them. The reasons you should have them. One reason, especially if you have dry skin and you live in a dry climate. We live in the desert Southwest, but we actually bought this one while we were still in eastern Oklahoma, which is extremely humid. So I will get to why we bought it there here in a minute. But the second reason is in the winter time, which is the only time of year we use this, is just through the winter. By humidifying your air, it actually holds heat better and actually improves your heating system in your house. And now, whether or not it'll reduce your heating bills, I can't say. But it does. A moist air always feels warmer than a dry air. And then the third reason is because your flus and cold viruses and bugs actually do not survive in a humid air that is 50% or higher humidity. So if you can keep your house at 50% or higher humidity, even if somebody comes in sick, hopefully you can put an end to it there, because the virus and the bug is not going to be able to live in your house. But we use it and we don't hardly ever have any issues with cold and flus. However, we are also ones that don't get out a whole lot as far as being out in the public, being retired. We stay at home a lot. So now this is an air care, and this one's good for about 1,000 square feet. Our house is a little bigger than that, but we have a couple of rooms that the doors always stay closed, and so this doesn't get in there. But for our main living area, kitchen, dining area, this works just fine at this size. Now what these will have is, first off, on this side, there's a big lump thing there. That's what actually senses the humidity in your air and decides whether it needs to be on or off. Okay, the controls are up here, and in a little bit I'll turn it on and show you. That's after I show you the rest of it, but it has controls for power and how much humidity you want. Now, on this model, and I'm not saying that they're all the same, but on this model, to refill the water, which is all you're doing, is your water comes down and sits in a reservoir here, and then there's a filter here that soaks it up and a fan in the back that blows it out, and that's all there is to a humidifier for a house humidifier. Those you use in your bedroom when you're sick, or you put your head over, that's a hot water humidifier, and that just works by steaming water. Now, when it needs to have water added to it, it's got a little button you push on top here, and these come out to the side, and there's one on each side, and this is where the water will come through after you fill it. You open the cap up here, fill it full of water, put the cap back on, and then yeah, that's always a chore. I've never had one leak. I always fear it will, but I've never had one leak. And then you set it back in there like that. And then make sure it goes down. And then put your catch in. And there you go. She goes in. Alrighty, now, as far as the filter goes, and that's where I'm headed now, because I need to put in a new filter. You can see here I have a new filter. You replace them every 90 days to 180 days. We just replace it once a year. Okay, this one has little buttons you push here that lets the front come out in there. And what that is, see, that's hard water deposits. So it'll be depend on how much hard water you have in your area as to how bad and how often you'll need to change them. And I believe, okay, it's got a little push button up there, and that comes out. They're really not too bad. They seem to do better here than they did in Oklahoma. Speaking of Oklahoma, the reason we did it was because of the flu and the heating. that the humidifiers help. That's why we bought one to run in the there's that filter we run through the winter time in Oklahoma, and here we only run it in the winter time. Okay, so basically it just sets down in there and it goes up in there, and you just push it back in there. Now there's one on the back side here that pushes, and then it comes out. It'll have the same catch up here, and then you pull that out and you lift it out. And a new set of filters is like 10 bucks. It's not too bad, or 16, I don't remember. Somewhere between 10 and 15. It depends on the brand you get and everything. Now this one we had to order through Walmart to be delivered to our local Walmart. They didn't carry them in the store. Alrighty, so now that that's back in, you put the bottom in. And the little clips go in the thing there. That takes care of that back. Put the front one back in. And then this back here is probably a little close. And take my old filters and put them there and get ready to dispose of them. Okay. Just those, make sure those sides, there, lines right up and goes in there. Now, I'll plug it in. Now you see it's got the double O. F means it needs to be filled. The tanks do. It's obviously not got any water in it, or it'd be leaking everywhere. Anyhow, so this is your fan speed, and this is your humidity, and you just go up until you get to where you want. We run at 50-55, and then we don't run it on the highest fan speed. We run it on the next one or the next one down. It's not letting me set the fan speed because I don't have the water tanks connected. And what you do, then it just comes on and off automatically as it senses the humidity in the house, keeping the humidity at whatever you pre-selected it there for. And that's why we have one, and we recommend that if any of these issues concern you, this is a good way to fix it. I think this one we paid right about $100 for about 2-3 years ago. We've been running it every winter since, and we'll continue to run it. I really like it, and I'll probably always have one. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you later.